fi menyo. Sema cheni tina ke asema jamu. Enji sano muni emu aye yo. Enji lofa mui emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The session, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, it is the best in Liberia. Sktv, it is the best in Africa. And Sktv, it is the best around the world. Folks, what I want to say, the pleasant good evening to all of you, our dear channel listeners, those of you who follow this broadcast. Yes, I don't know exactly where you are monitoring us from. Maybe you somewhat around in Africa Coast, or better say you somewhat around in Guinea, in Sierra Leone, or maybe you found yourself in China, or maybe you in Europe, you know, so many things happening, so many things to talk about, or maybe you are in Zwedru, Grand County, where this issue of back-to-back cow and so forth. But again, yes, I'm going to go for this this video break and see exactly as to what's going to happen next. But again, a pleasant good evening. Share the show, those of you who enjoy joining us. Indeed, it is indeed interesting day, interesting Monday. It's good to be alive. You know, when you live long, you see so many things. You experience, you interact, and what? And you observe. That's the kind of life that we live. So it's good to be alive. So we're grateful, some of us, at least for this time now, we know exactly what we're heading to. So let me see our best to play you the video quickly while I go for this break. And yes, indeed, this break, and we'll be right back.
Nancy B2 on yesterday. We saw these items donated by former President George Manuel Weah, and on today, they were returned by Veronica Mami Do at the headquarters of the CDC, and now we're seeing the items are being returned to the those residents again. So this is quite interesting. A cow was taken back, cash, and 50 bags of rice. Those items are now being brought back to the those residents. As to how these items will be received, we are following this particular development. But there is the pickup that has got on board the 2 cows. There we see the pickup with the 2 cows, the 50 bags of rice being brought back as they were offloaded yesterday at this very same residence during the visit of former President George Manuel Weah. And this afternoon, but we were informed this.
Well, so we just intend to go for that break, but we will go into that entire happening. But first of all, we want to say the pleasant good evening again to those of you who just joined us. You know, this Monday is the basic Monday, reaching from the release of the former Speaker of the Republic of Liberia and three of his colleagues from the lower house, you know, and the event in prison for the past 2 to 3 days. In my, they were at the Liberia National Police headquarters, where they spent their first night. And on Saturday, they were seen at the Minerva Central Prison, you know, waiting for this day, which of course is Monday, for the court and the interactions of his lawyer or their lawyers for them to be released on the bond and so forth. You know, sometimes some of you don't know these things. That's why sometimes your people will go in jail for free. Whenever somebody is in jail, you have your bond to stand. Go there and say, okay, I want to file bond or bond for this person, and then you'll be able to release the person to your lawyer. So that's happened. And uh, on today, the four lawmakers, they were released on today to their lawyers, and also they were seeing the party corner of the CDC, where also on today also we witnessed and we saw a lot of opposition political parties, leaders, sympathizers, well-wishers, and so forth, where they were also seen at the Supreme Court, you know, trying to sympathize with those people who are maybe who are in prison and so forth, and to find their way of being released. And so all of these things been happening. Everything today, I know some of you have been following from Friday up to Monday. And I know you have your own take, you have your own saying, and you have your own interaction with some of the people, right? Maybe, quote unquote, you may say what you want to say, you may accuse them or not, but at the end of the day, it's only the Lord that have all of the full power, the full right to persecute people. So you got to go to court. When you go to court, then the court will be able to say, okay, you are guilty or not. So from now on, they have been released to their lawyers, or how you may call it. They will be there while they go through the case, and the case, we don't know yet, so how long that's going to go for. So all these things been happening, and those people we're talking about, they was accused of an arson attack on the Capitol building, you know, that occurred on the 18th of December, 2024. So maybe some of you have been following some of these things, but is that maybe you have your own political side, you have your own take and so forth. But again, so many questions been coming to some of your mind as to those people that were also accused as to what happened. But we are, folks, we're going to be here with you. Let me see. I have a lot of my team members. Today we have a guest panelist from the CMC also will be here with us. And Brother Aliu, already here, let me welcome Ali Masale. Is one of our regular guest panelists on this show. And you're already here with us. Aliu, good evening.
Melbourne, good afternoon from my end and good evening to your end. How you doing, my brother? How is Mama Liberia?
Well, I'm doing good. Mama Liberia is okay, apart from all of the political tensions, holding and pulling the cow wahala. We're going to get a cow, we're going to eat a cow, we're going to disown the cow. We're going to go. We are okay here in Liberia.
At least thank God, thank God. No matter what happens, people are still alive. That's all we pray for. At least thank God, my man. And the family.
Yes, thank God. So everyone is good. We are all moving about peacefully. So again, people, yes, I don't know why maybe Aliu. If you're not talking, then you don't mute yourself because like your gadgets is a little bit loud. So again, people, those of you who just joining us, Steve will be here, Mom will be here. You know, today is not easy. We have so many things to talk about. Some of our people. Okay, so I think I see Cyprian calling already. The team, they are okay. Cyprian calling, I don't know what are you people set. If you people set from Nimba County, because we want the entire broadcast to be followed by all of our people there back home, because the cow issue, I know people will be having their own mixed reactions to the happening, who control who, and how come the family members, they are not into maybe one understanding. things are going on, the way things are happening. But again, Cyprian Cody, are you there? Good. So is that the team there from Nimba? They are still trying to set up. But again, let me recognize a few of our people quickly. Then I'll bring on our guest panelists from the CMC who will be here with us up to 8 o'clock on tonight. Robert Fasulu Jacqueline, my brother. Good evening to all of you. Please share the show. He said, he said, share the show. Pape Yugbi, share the show. Ali Donso, share the show. Yvette Sivas, share the show. Evelyn Collins, share the show. And Asatu Odasen, share the show. Karimi Kuma also want you to also share the show. Today is a D-Day for us here in Liberia because we have all of the happening, the politics and politicians, the way they do things. Charles T. Cooper, good evening, my brother, from Kaufi. Sebastian William, good evening. And to you, James David, also good evening. And that Sunday Addison, good evening to all of you. Let me see what I'm Cyprian on the team. What are they set? If not, okay. So again, we are here with one of our guest panelists and people. Please let's share the show. Those of you who want to hit 400 at least, then we'll be able to bring our all of our team member. Yeah, but Aliu, quickly, so many things been happening. I don't know what caught your attention back home. I guess you've been following all of the local data happening in Liberia. But what say you?
Yeah, maybe I've been following everything in the country since Friday, Saturday. We've been seeing what happening in the country. Yes, putting those people behind bar. Now followed by cow wahala. They carry the cow, they bring it, they carry. So there are so many things happening, my brother. But I don't know, you ready now for us to go into the issue or we waiting for the other people? I don't know. Because today is going to be a firing show.
Yes, indeed. I just like that. I like the way you just stated. In fact, today going to be a Friday show, and even our callers, all of you, just get your gadgets set, recharge, and because it's going to be a Friday show. But let me bring on Kevin. Kevin passed away from the CMC. I'll let me mute a little bit, please, because we're getting a lot of feedback. Okay, good. So Kevin passed away from the CMC, or also one of the youth from the CMC, and the other youth that the party was showing today from Bon County. No, this other young man is very young, and I think you can see. So, my brother, good evening and welcome.
Maybe good evening, good afternoon, my brother, and good afternoon to all of the listeners out there. My name is Kelvin Passaway, acting youth chairman of the CMC.
Wonderful. Acting youth, what? Acting youth chair?
Yeah, of the
Actually,
CMC.
that's good. So you can see the in fact, I will display the other youth from the Unity Party from Bon County who are quote unquote, in fact, protesting that in fact they got to give you jobs to the young people, or else they will not vote for them 2029. But my brother Kevin, I guess you've been following all of the happening from Friday. That just make the entire thing this way from Friday up to now. What say you? In fact, first of all, how's the CMC?
Well, the CMC is on course. We are mobilizing our bases, and our people are responding to the quest of vibrant leadership, not just leadership that will come and take from them, but leadership that give back to them by constructing bridges, constructing schools, roads, helping to enhance the mobility aspect of a health sector of this country. So we are moving and we are on course. And I can tell you for free that we mean business for the Liberian people.
Wonderful. Two of you, thank God that maybe the other team they are setting up, or since two of you are here, I want us to start with the left phone part of the entire discussion today that have to do with the cow issue before coming to the serious matter that have to do with the four lawmakers that was in prison. In fact, they have been released, but they spent nearly 2 to 3 days in prison of this government based on the accusations of their alleged involvement with the assault attack on the Capitol building. But Aliu, let's move now to the social part quickly because the cow issue now have to do with human related issues, life, and so forth. What say you with the entire cow issue?
Maybe let me change my gadget. That can be going on. Let me change my gadget quick, please.
All right, good. I like that. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, Kevin, quickly, I know you because we don't want to finish with the fun part. Then we'll go back to serious. And so, yeah. So, we don't want to do the serious part before coming back to the kind of thing. So, let's move straight to the cow issue because, mind you, yesterday the former president of the Republic of Liberia, President George Manawiya, they visited the family members of the late Nestle Bito, the former wife of the late Samuel Kanyado, slain president of the Republic of Liberia. And during his visit, he gave some tokens that is to sympathize with the BB family members having to do with the cow and rice and so forth. And the family members, they accepted the gift from the former president. In fact, even we even saw a lot of videos where they were also happy, responding and talking. But then later on in the morning time, between 10 to 11 o'clock, we saw a trending video about the family members, or in fact the family returning the gifts or the tokens that were given to them as a way of sympathizing with them. What say you? Are you see that as a politics or something happened? Or what say you, my brother?
Uh, uh, I see it as two ways. One is personal issue between the lady in question, which is my main door. I think she got some personal issues against the former president George Manawiya. And another aspect of it is the political aspect. There are some political games being played. So let me tell you this, Mommy Do, my sympathy to you and to the entire family. Sorry for your loss, and may your mother rest in perfect peace. But do not politicize the death of that lady. That lady was one person of this country that Liberians respected because of her quiet and somehow some of the things that she took charge of. She's there and gone. My dear sister, mommy, do not allow the Unity Party to use you. Do not allow them to make you go against former President George Manawiya or other opposition political actors. We were not the one that took away your mother. We were not the ones that caused chaos in this country. We were not the ones that retrogressed this country. If you want to take something at heart, then the people should take your father at heart because of the history he got with this country. Your father helped to retrogress this country. Should we come here and say all these things? No. We want bygone to be bygone. That's the reason why we're not saying these things to you. It is so sad that you lost your mother. But don't politicize the death of your mother. It's bad. It's bad, my sister. Because if you start that, then the people will start reminding you of the history of your father. What your father did. How many Liberians your father killed. But we don't want to dive in that because you are mourning. My sister, like I said, my sympathy, my condolences to your family, and may your mother rest in perfect peace. And to my almost surprise, Melbourne, just now, I was on Facebook and then I saw a post of the cow being, resent to President Weah for the second time. This is unfair, my people. This man, you may not like him. The people have agreed to make the United Party a regime that they should enjoy from. But yesterday they are not enjoying what they fought for. And they same former president that we all took for power went to you and sympathize with your family. Give $5,000, 50 bag of rice, and 2 cows. Even the regime, vice president went there and gave just $2,000. Why more do you want for the man?
And there where I'm coming, I want to ask you this question. If quote unquote, maybe she feel terrible or maybe she feel bad that the previous government and this government did not pay attention to her mom or to her mother, and so forth, right? But why is it that she only returning only one of the gift away and accepting the other gift? Is that
Definitely.
another political maybe activities or
Maybe,
what? Into that yeah.
Like I previously said, that we have 2 accounts to this.
Mm.
And one of these accounts is the political aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Politics is being played. The Unity Party is aware that they do not have a stronghold in Grand Nigeria and neither the Southeast. So they want to politicize the death of this lady so that they will try to gain the sympathy of the Southeast. But it's not possible. It's not fair. It's unfair to the dead. Do not
Are you also
politicize death.
seeing, but Kevin, 1 minute? Are you also sensing that because this is the first time myself? Let me be frank. Myself, as a traditional person, this is my first time that because mind you, people will sympathize with you in your bad time, in your worst situation. People will also rejoice with you during the time of your celebration, no matter what. Even sometimes, people will even accuse people that, oh, that's why I waste crap, but you're sitting there crying during the time of your bereavement, right?
That's
good. So this is my first time to see that a gift will be given to someone and the person accept the gift. Then after some time, the person return the gift. But Kevin, I'm a bit confused. Are you saying that this is politically motivated or what really going on or something happened between the both parties or the family member lack of control? Because all of the names that have been going out, it's just about Mami Do. What happened to all of the elders? What happened to the mothers and fathers? What happened to the uncles and aunties? What happened to all of them?
Baby, this will interest you and your audience. Do you know that when the cow and olive gifts that were rejected by Mami, the elders of Grand Nigeria placed call to her, telling her that it is not part of our custom in our bereavement to refuse gift. They call the young lady. At the end of the day, what she did, she disrespected those elders. She sent the gifts back. That's being rude. Uncalled for. I think that's a misstep by her. And if she's allowing the Unity Party to use her to politicize her mother's death, then it's so sad. I don't know how principle-minded she is. Because you as a human, if you cannot make a rational decision for yourself, then I don't think you have principles. So she lacks the span of principality. She doesn't have it. She doesn't have it.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you. And let me see. I don't know. We have Aliu. Thank you. Aliu already said. Folks, to those of you who just joining us, indeed, Liberia is indeed a interesting country where people want to take in maybe their personal feelings and so forth. Instead of them thinking they want to do anything they want to do, people, the issue of their respect from the cow issue. Now we will know the issue of their respect towards our elder people. When we say these things, some of you want to insult or you say, oh, maybe the religious people have been they respected because the way they portray themselves, all of the elders no more respect. One lady now controlling the entire people will do whatsoever things they want to do because her name been trending in the social media. All the around people accusing her that, oh, Mami is the cause. Mami is refusing the cow. Mami, she refusing the gift. Mami, she refusing this and that. But again, that's the kind of society we find ourselves in quickly before we transition from this topic. Aliu, I know you have something to say concerning this because some of you've been into the entire tradition activities. I don't know whether this is strange or have you seen this before?
Maybe, yeah, as Kelvin said, excuse me, there are two factors. Number one, personal issue. Number two, politics. But first of all, you and I know, and everybody know, just as you said, in time of bereavement, in your worst time, this is time people sympathize with you. So even if I get issue with Mayborn, I think when Mayborn is bereaved, when I come there, I think that's the best time for us to settle everything and we let it go. This is one of the best time we always see people settle differences, time of bereavement. So, mommy, if you have any personal issue with President we are the former president, the time he came over there yesterday, I think you're supposed to let everything go. Because first of all, when he sent condolences message, it was debunked and there were so many things that came after his message that he sent, and he went impressing. So this I think you're supposed to allow it go. Okay. Time of bereavement, that's the time we can settle our differences that you have with someone. And again, as Kevin said, this is being very, very much disrespectful. Or you don't even say do that. You get people that were even older than your mother. Your mother was a state woman of our country. So if she died, you get personal issue with people, put everything aside. This is time for bereavement. Don't take it personal with anybody. More especially, this is a former president. Now, as we heard yesterday, after the former president left, Joseph Baka went there, or some of his surrogate. It was right after that when we started seeing this kind of thing happening this morning. Like Kelvin said, if you want to politicize your mother death, no problem, start it with any for you. Just start it with any for you. If you don't know that your mother have died, you are bereaved, and you want to politicize it, start it with any for you. We will not let it go free. That's a complete nonsense and disrespect.
Yes, seriously, because myself, let me ask, because there are other people who go one way or the other, even whether she elected or not. Look, let's say this thing today so that she can know. There are other people that sacrifice their life for her late father. Other people who die because of her late father. Other people's children today, they stay alive. She stayed all of her life outside of Liberia. Since she came, what have been her contribution to those children today who quote unquote their father died, their mothers died, this and that just because of her late father? What have been her contribution? Zero. You come and you want Alec. You want to overshadow all of the elders. You want to overshadow all of the men. You want to overshadow, or if I overshadow all of your mothers. Myself, I hail from that county. I'm feeling so disappointed. I mean, no, I can't remember. You're coming. But I'm feeling so disappointed with her attitude. Other people lost their life. ARPC, people, what kind of behavior is this? So if you want to take issues, why can you not take issue with the entire government? The previous and the part, in fact, the previous government and now the current government. But you want to make things look like you want to have issues only with the past government, then that's been terrible for me because she had things to settle. Let me frank. Her father home is in the bush. All of the property that the former president had, everything have been occupied by bush, grass, and everything. Your mom died.
That's it.
Why you want to make this thing to look like you want to that you have point here to prove? But go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
My brother, just how Kevin said it. This lady, her mother died. She was a state woman in that country. We owe her that respect and befitting burial. But if mommy were allowed to be used by good for nothing and useless politician to politicize her mother death, no problem. We will give it to her. We will drag her on social media and bring her what her father did to our country. Why the energy she gave her, we give it to her in return. So we're waiting for her. If she can't pull herself together, we will drag her and her father on social media. We ready. We standing by. That nonsense, we don't subscribe to it. But let she come, we will give it to her. So that's all I have to say. That's a complete nonsense and disrespect to the elders of Grand Gile. You got personal issue with Judge.
Lastly on the issue. Mabon.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Kevin, go ahead.
Lastly on this issue. Mommy Doe got no history of being impactful to this society. Mommy do spend almost all of her entire life abroad. Mommy do enjoyed the taxpayers' money. Mommy do enjoy those children that were to be in school or father to fight to get in arms. She enjoys all of those benefits. Since she came back to Liberia, the only thing that brought her back was when she was running after her mother's benefits. Because she wanted to continue enjoying. What has she done for the people of Grand Chile? What has she done for the kids in Liberia? What has been some of the impacts to the society from an angle? It's all zero. We shouldn't be giving this girl relevance. She's a non-entity. She's nothing. And like I said, if she wants to put it aside, her mother's death, we'll give it to her. We'll remind her on how many people her father killed. Like I said, I don't want to go there because that's not the reason I'm here. So let's just leave it.
Thank you, Kevin. So quickly before I go, as a son from that county, you know, let me be frank. I'm hugely, in fact, I'm seriously disappointed in a terror activity. Let me be frank. All of these things bringing our county, our people to public ridicule, insulting our people. People are now making mockery out of us just because of the kind of simple issues that can be handled behind the scene. Granted, you have issues. Nobody saying that don't voice out your issues. But you have Zopenu here. You have all of the county officials who've been here for all those years, even before your coming as a daughter. Granted, even if you have issues, channel the issues through them. Any attempt for you to disrespect the people in the name of because you come from white man land, let me just say that way, then another thing you really ready to even or maybe enjoy the life of your people. No, because if you do that, your people they will abandon you. And mommy, if you listen to me, some of you caught the video and send it to her. She's not doing well. She's not doing well. Let me be frank. All these kind of things you are lying for. Granted, if you wanted to refuse anything that should have been done yesterday, even you have all of your right and tell the people that, please, I don't want nothing from this person or I don't want nothing from these people. Even the current president, the more frustrating thing is that this government was in power when your mother died. They sat down. They used your mother case as a case to even run politics or to do politics, to run campaign, and they won elections. The same thing with Kabila Janneh. They use Kabila Janneh, they run election, they win election, Kabila Janneh stay on the bench. That's what they did to your mother. And you agree with them. But you don't want to agree with other person. I think that's so bad on your part. You have to stop. Because it's taken a long way to go. As a young woman, after the burial, who you going to interact with? It is your people. And that your people will recommend you to another person or to another people. That's how life look. So I'm saying this to say to you, mommy, put all your ego down and focus on the burial of your mother. Forget about every angles and so forth, all the stress that you putting yourself through. No hate, no taste stress. All that thing you're going through, that stress. For nothing stress. Well, again, thank you so much. So, my brother, let us now transition. I don't know what I'm sipping. I don't feel sipping call it for neighbor they are ready. But if not, then let's transition now into the major happening of the day that had to do with the 4 lawmakers that have been in the Maneuver Central Prison for a few days, and they have been released on the by their lawyer, because mind you, they have the bond and they signed the bond and they have to be released. But again, yeah, so let me begin with you, Ali Masare. What say you with the entire speaker, with the entire lawmakers issue, the former speaker and so forth? What say you?
Oh, thank you, Maybon. Thank you very much. Maybe on this whole thing here, there's a question here I continue asking, and it confuses me. The problem here, Mayborn, we all know what happened in Liberia during the legislative impasse in the House. Okay, there were two factions, the majority bloc and that of the minority bloc. At the end of the day, when the whole thing started, before even the House, the building could get burned, I think there were people who went to the Capitol building and they broke down chairs. I think within one of their chambers. I don't know that they
Ali, please, I think let you 10 minutes of our time. The people are recommend that we should take calls on what we just discussed so that they can have their say too. Ali, okay. 5 or 10 minutes. Yes, I think they are right.
No problem.
Yes,
that's cool.
All right. Yeah. So let me go to the line quick and pick this first caller. Good evening.
Yeah, people, good evening. And good evening to Aliyu and of course the other guy in the studio. This is a fascinating topic, and this is really, really new to the body politics of Liberia, and it's important that we talk about it. This is Abraham calling from the United States. You know, look, people need to put things into perspective. This girl, this mommy is exposing her family to unnecessary ridicule and embarrassing her kinsmen. These are attributes of self-read people. Because if you cannot respect your elders, that even telling you something as little as you are, this is gross disrespect not only to the former president, but the entire Grand Juda County. For crying out loud, what percentage you did to your family? If you could reconcile with Prince Johnson, kill your father Okiem. If you could reconcile with even the current Joseph Walker is a direct beneficiary of your father's regime. The first time Joseph Walker ever became minister in government was under your father. He became director of FBS under your father. Have you done in your family's life directly? More besides, people got to be bold here. Your brother voted against Joseph 2 times. You and your brother opposed him. And you expect to hear what Grand Juda have voted for him, or women that should be there, and then get his job that you demanded, because they didn't get into personal issues like this, and then you think that you are ridiculing him.
All right.
People talk about unity party is behind the neighbor.
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Let's take more calls on the entire issue because the line is blinking. Uncle Brad Tate also from Grand Juda. Try calling me. Keep your calls coming. Okay, so good in calling back. Hello, Uncle Brad Tate. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, thank you. Go ahead. Your daughter doing all kinds of things, and you're in the news. I don't know whether that's for the good reason or for the wrong reason.
Yeah, you know, this country, you know, we are used to say, Liberia Palava had to talk. You understand? Mommy had to come or sit down. The mommy issue there, when I tell you the history of mommy who are there, we the Bama people from Port Town, we felt bad. Mommy mother, when they were in the town, when she was pregnant for mommy, they call her Beatrice. She was working at Town Clinic. When she got pregnant, they said our Samuel do rejected it better. Then they put him on our brother. Well, let's see where he's led now. He be to the arches. Mommy born in our town, in our family.
Wow, that's a later news, though.
I'm telling you something. Even the better family they know. So even if nothing to go in, after do begin hell of state, and they settle all their differences and nothing to go in. So if anything, she can go up the jail then. The one of you call bad England, let me see the ground.
Yes.
Bad England, it be followed jealousy. If you in our mother, she ought to do that. Look out to, people spending, or funeral. So anything, you can't keep it up to the time, that funeral, the funeral burial of mine, if there's anything family can meet.
Thank you. Time for family meetings.
Yeah, in the family meeting, then you can raise some of the issue. Before even she went to the mansion, without arrangement between Leslie and the elder of Tucson and all those kind of things, she just saw her in the bathroom. And that girl that was there before. So if she had upper hand because of her education and all those kind of things, she came back from London. She came back. As she gone to Grand Juda to go from district to district to think about people the way they defend us or follow.
And that's the $1 million question. All right.
Some of the action or almost veto to go to the free port and even made want to when they had the program or age 24 feet. Did she went there or she said anybody there? Why for me? Why they want to be here? I said they love the old man so much. You defending the old man.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So my uncle is also reporting that she also Konko, not the real.
I'm telling you, you see the story?
Yes, it is indeed embarrassing. But go ahead, my brother.
It's very much embarrassing. Anyway, this is David King, and I do join you from a small resident.
Yeah.
You see, Melbourne, mommy, her action today, I mean, it brought shame and disgrace to the deceived of the late Nezzy Doe. I think I'm a traditional man. You know, the Bella people, we had this thing called you cannot keep speech during the time of bereavement. If you and somebody have bitter, exchange, and you go have a bitter rivalry, during the time of death, it's time to bury all of these things. We call that the body has carried everything. All of the bad feeling we have, the death of that family member or you or me have carried all of that bad feeling because the fact remains that you came to sympathize with me. So it shows that you do not have anything against me any longer. So myself, in the same vein, I should have that reconciliation motive to cement the kind of relationship we had before our issues. So mommy is telling all those things today. And I love the thing the grandchildren women did. They came out and said, no, mommy did not consult her. She did it on her own. So we sent for our team there. They brought it back, and it is for her. It's not for her. She did not request to the former president for this thing. The former president gave it to her for her to bury her mother. And we, the women of grandchildren, we were not consulted. She did it on her own. So this is why we sent for her to come back to the compound, let us able to use it for the purpose intended for. I think the women of grandchildren, they stood up tall today, and I must salute them for the kindness to the former president and the patriotism to the late Mother Nezzy Doe, so that they cannot bring shame to a deceased.
All right, thank you. Keep a calls coming 0770. Take a few more calls, then we'll call it a day on this topic. 0770. What's your take on the happening from the Nezzy Doe daughter, Mommy Doe, who heavily controlling all of the activity? Can you imagine though? Can you imagine? The girl controlling everything that even our uncles, when they talk, is that, you know, you listen to my uncle, you know, these things, let's be frank, no matter whether you hate, whether you like, whether you love, or whatever thing you want to say, right? One thing about life is that, like most of the callers just saying, when people are in this kind of time, you show them respect. That's all you can do. People die for your father. You see, my uncle just said that, in fact, that what can happen in their life. Hello to this caller, good evening. Yeah, my dear, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Let my brother, man.
Go ahead. My young man, hello. Hello, go ahead. I won't take two in the show. Hello, go ahead. My young man, I have my stake in the issues. Hello. No, hello. If you don't want to talk, I will cut you off. I'm from the country, I'm telling you, I'm going to forget about what thing. If they are political can preacher, tell my politics, want to do a politics, go ahead with your politics. I don't care about that. Hello to this caller, good evening.
Good evening, Lebon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Lebon, this is Charles Cooper. I come from Calfee, Tuporo.
Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, let me extend my condolences to the bereaved family of our former president. Lebon, I have called as a Liberian, not just a Liberian, but a typical Liberian. Lebon, no matter our differences, when it comes to death, our Liberian culture is unique in the way of handling death. That is the time we pay our life respect no matter our differences.
So I just want to call on the madam. This is not about politics for me. I'm a traditional man also, even though we call somebody education, we borrow education from the Western world, but we all grow in a traditional setting where when it comes to death, no matter the bitterness, like bro, we are not so bitter to that extent. Our bitterness do not extend to death. That's the kind of culture we have at Labrador. So we want to appeal to them up the both sides, especially the madam involved, to see a place on the front in her heart to come down after everything. Then they can have a family discussion. My brother, family tree can bend, but it can't break. So that's the problem. So we just want peace. Everything will be politicized in this country, my brother.
All right, thank you so much, Charles Cooper. To this caller quickly. Good evening.
Thank you, Memo.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the Prince Kolake, I phone from District 5. So let me add my voice to many voices in appealing to Mami Do. Whatever the situation may be, let her forget it, let her let bygone be bygone, and then welcome each and every one to form part of that program. But maybe have we seen the other video that trending on the social media wherein our former president refused to shake Mami Do hand? So when we saying that they actually in the face, have we thought that the face too
hello.
Yeah.
And to that, myself, I watched all the life happening. When the former president got down from his car, she showed her hand, and are you sure you always what happened between him and the vice president? Exactly the similar thing. But then she also bust him by his how do you call it hand, and they move on, and that was also settled. So is that the problem for which that they are refusing a cow or she refusing a cow? Then let us know.
So there was a statement from the late mother that passed out when she even said that President Weah at the time said that he have issue with Mami Do. The issue about Mami Do and the former president. It's just looking at something. We are not looking beyond it. We only looking at it on the surface. So not to even go in deep. I think she need not to be emotional.
Good.
But that issue just looking at boyfriend and girlfriend between Mami Do.
That one live with them. But for some of us, our mothers are there on the mat. Our fathers are there on the mat.
Traditional people has no matter what the case may be. She should forget about ego, forget about emotion, and then just accept that and express herself in due time.
Thank you.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you. We'll take one or two more calls quickly, then we'll cross over to the panelists. From there, then we'll go for the news bulletin at 7 o'clock, 7:15. We'll come back. We'll move straight to the other issue. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening, neighbor, and good evening, the main listener.
Yeah, go ahead.
Neighbor, for me, I just get a little word of apology for our sister Mami. This is the voice of Peter Sai and Joey from Sogwene District 4. Dear Mami, I beg you, do not bring your family into public disrepute. Your action is starting out to open a Pandora box. And when you are opening that Pandora box, which I know you are already done, you will tend to go in there and take out your things. You open it closet. And when you open closet, all the skeletons are there. And I know that even in your left closet, there are a lot of skeletons there. When both have to bring that up, it will not be good for your family. So in short, wherever you are, I know you listen to the media. I know you follow the media. I know you are paying attention. Somebody who is paying attention. Please tell Mami that by doing what you're doing, she's bringing her family to public disrepute. This is a time that people will be in sympathy with them and be, sympathizing with them. But if she just leave it and bring politics into it, politics are dead again. People will go for all kinds of things, even for herself. Like you said, a lot of people sacrifice for their father.
A lot of people. Small. In fact, we have been fighting of what I know nothing about. You consider you can be doing all kinds of things.
And those are some of the people, the parents who are sitting on the mouth and telling what to not do this and she go against them. What's the difference in that? Thank you, man.
Yeah, man, they can I swear, man, like, don't have to patch. Seriously, if you come on the other side, the other thing, we are vetting. Do you know how many people? While you are going to school, studying on that side, you know how many people that were holding AK-47 for your father, that are sacrificing their life for your father, but you don't care. The way they care about right now is how the job be doing this and be doing that. No, man, how would they? I feel sorry for my people where you go eat this on a cow. You might not see me eating cow. Would they? A lot of the scholar good evening. You'll be a last scholar cross over to the team. Yeah, man, okay. Somebody said I will eat on a cow. I will eat cow. Me, I like eating cow. You know, I work with cow people. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, I just want to say something. You know, I think what happened is that Mami should understand that this is the issue of area.
Yeah.
Former President, you and he may have your long-standing issue, but I think at this time they should leave the rest not to bring shame and embarrassment to the people of Ganja and also the two families. But you know, like the previous caller said, if you don't want for the cat to give the fish, and the fish should be advised not to smell. I monitor the video when President we was giving the speech. I think for me, I have some little problem with President former President as well. You know, such an area you want to go to the reconcile. My people, who was my father and is our mother, she's now going with keep the late piece. Whatever thing that happened, you're sorry. After the wedding, after the burial, I think all the family is to be discovered. President, we actually did some yesterday. And when I said this lady, I mean, I don't think President we doesn't know my name. And he said this lady, go back to the video. If you refuse to refer the woman name, even after refusing
I saw all that you, my boy, you right 100%. Myself, watch everything. But my brother, that will not be the cause for you to do, you know, let me tell you. Yeah, seriously, man. Myself, I saw everything, my brother. In fact, myself, I had issues. I had several issues, but at that point, I'm not bearing better than I was on, so no need.
Yeah, you know, people, that's the problem. You are man, but you know, you in a position as you live, even with everything happening, you couldn't react in that manner because you are a man. You go and take your second thought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But President, we have to show what I'm saying.
Yeah, my man, I got a position again.
Yeah. Not everything. I keep on Europe. When I keep the second game, do the all of these things are not necessary. That's the place that's been answering. But anyway, yeah, where we are.
All right, quickly, the last caller, quickly, then we move on. Sorry, our team are waiting for us. Hello. Okay, so we got 8 minutes. So let us use the 8 minutes to talk to our panelists here on the show this evening. First, the Kevin passed away. Just listen to Liberians with their own reactions on the issues of the burial ceremony, cow, wahala, refusing of cow, and so forth. What say you? Sorry, let me see. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. The Liberian people that just called, they said nothing new because we said this previously, and this has been in a corridor. Because of being sympathetic, because we need to unify the country, despite the war that we faced for over 14 years, these issues have not really been coming up. So it is a sad event to see our sister Mamindo carrying on such initiative. And she went as far as disrespecting the elders of Great Judea County. She disrespected the women of Great Judea County. She disrespected those young people of Great Judea County. So, glory be to God, the Liberian people have spoken, they call, they say all what we have just said. So these things, like I said, they are not new. So I believe that wherever she is right now, she knows that she erred. And I also want to believe that she will place call to former President George Weah to apologize to him. So we can move on to the next because I don't want to give her the relevance.
Well, thank you, my dear brother. Brother Aliu, what say you? You just listen to Liberians and their own reactions with all of the happening. And especially when it comes to the burial of our own, our Oman Ben Gudo.
You hear me there?
Yes, we're getting you. Go ahead.
Mabel?
We are getting you. Go ahead, Aliu. We're getting you. Go ahead. I don't know why you're getting us. If not, then I don't know.
I'm hearing him.
Yeah, we're getting you, though. I don't know how he's saying he's not getting us. But again, okay, so that's it, folks. Yes, indeed. Let me be frank and say to all of you as people, whenever this situation happen, then there were adjustment of who are religious people.
Mabel, can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I'm getting yes. Or in fact, we're getting you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks to all the callers for calling to take part on the first segment. Just as we said, time of bereavement, that's time to put away. You put aside your differences that you have with someone. And after burial and till now, if you get issue with me, but whosoever president we are, whosoever, you can sit down and discuss it. But this is not time, or now you are in tears, so just swallow everything. But again, people are already, I'm glad she's listening, and other people are talking to her right now. But if she will not listen, because Liberia, it had turned to a country, people politicize everything in the country now. Anything that happens, that CDC Unity Party, that CDC Unity Party. So I guess and I hope that she will take in these advices. Other than that, we'll make it better for her. Because if she want to politicize her mother death, as I said earlier, we will drag her that the whole world will see her and know what her father did. Then she will go with it. So thanks to the caller.
Well, thank you so much, Ali. So 4 minutes to go to the news time. At 7 o'clock, we're going to bring you the news bulletin. Like so that I was saying, we who are religious people, let's be frank and be fair enough. Somebody from beginning and say, "Oh, maybe," and no, let me tell you, there are some issues. You have your own right. I have my right as a person, right? So there are issues, especially economic issues for men and one like let that your politics, how politics you're gonna be to know. Some of us will not believe into too much of politics. We believe into reality. We have our old folks, we have our mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters who been on our mat. All mommy does drug any kind, drug baby up and down. No, but people been that because of people that people are coming to you. Let me tell you, sometimes people don't know these things. You're one, you can make group. You're one, you can make forest. You're one, you can make time. You're one, you can make village. You're one, you can make city. No, it is impossible. You have to have group of people. So because of these people, that what make for people to go to you and visit you. So if all of your uncles, everybody say, okay, we're not going away. So mommy and can be there. Who will go to you? Nobody will go to you. Let me be frank. Nobody will go to you. So also you should listen to these people. Even though you may see them like they are in poverty, you are more educated than them, you from the seven home, or maybe from the seven world, how you make no. But listen to our people. Because guess what? In politics, like my brothers and my panelists, they've been talking about politics. Let me tell you about politics. Today, as I said today, where is Archie Pompon? The most talking about Archie Pompon today. There are so many people who think that they can use their life, the life of their family members, to showcase how desperate they are for politics or maybe for politicians. Where are they today? Archie Pompon is no. Have you ever seen this current president, President Joseph Yema Boakai, visiting Archie Pompon? No. That's why you see me I get no, but I get nothing to do with politics. Because people like Archie Pompon by them, they were thinking that he was doing things to make the government to look bad so that he can, maybe the opposition can take the glory. Today, where is the opposition? They are the one in power today. Where is Mo Ali? Where is Patrick Honor? All these people what they are enjoying and they want class below. Like, where is Archie Pompon? Archie Pompon covering himself. So, Mama, what I'm saying to you, politics will come and go. People will feel disappointed with things. But at the end of the day, common sense is better. Make sure that you have no issue with people. When people have issue with you, Make it look like you had no issue with people. Not to bring the kind of embarrassment to your old folks, to the older women who are sacrificing their time down there on the mat. Where, you know, it's bad. You got to stop. You are shaming and disgracing your old folks. That people are saying when you want rope will hold butch. And you have to stop. For me, I'm not saying you let you carry cow bag, you let you carry rest bag, you let you carry anything back. But this event will pass. And what's going to happen next to you? What's going to happen next to the family? Who's going to look at the family? Your mother was living. They play don't care attitude. It's in the way she's there and gone. It's in the they even listen. No. The politicians, the Liberian politicians had a look. Thank you. So, folks, we had to go for the news break. Kevin will give us a little break, maybe about 15 minutes break, Kevin, and then the rest of the team. Yeah, so you have to go for a break, a water break, and then when you come back at 7:15, we'll go straight into the hardcore politics.
The outcomes of it.
Good. That's great. Thank you so much, Kevin. So go for a news break. Aliu, we'll also go for a news break. And let me see quickly. Let me go for this breakthrough myself and do some adjustment. But that's the fact. Some of you, people sacrifice their life for the politician for no reason. Mommy, when you want proof? Oh, God. Just ask Achi Pompom. Where's Achi Pompom? Today, where's Achi Pompom? That you want to sell your whole family life just for that. Anyway, let's see how better to go for the news break. Yes. Let me see quickly. Okay, so this break and we'll be right back.
Years ago, a news center was birthed, charged to collect balanced, credible, and accurate news and information. A task tested and proven to be a world-class example of news presentation where truths are told. We lead by example and others follow. RCR News, the premier source of accurate news. Bulletin is up next.
Good evening, RCR News Bulletin at 7. My name is Mark Davis. In the headlines, former House Speaker Fonati Kofa and 4 other lawmakers finally secured a valid criminal appearance bond valued 440,000 United States dollars to guarantee their release from the Monrovia Central Prison. ECOWAS representative to Liberia, Josephine Nkrumah, challenges African countries to be innovative and do away with the dependency syndrome. Chairman Emeritus of Movement for Economic Empowerment warns government of Liberia to use the country's new portfolio at the United Nations Security Council to pass a resolution banning the exportation of raw materials from Africa. And away from Liberia, police have ended their 2-day stakeout of an apartment block in which Cameroon's main opposition leader, Maurice Kamto, had been staying after he returned from France, according to the BBC. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. Former House Speaker Fonati Kofa and 4 other lawmakers have finally secured a valid criminal appearance bond valued 440,000 United States dollars to guarantee their release from the Monrovia Central Prison. The Monrovia City Court Stipendiary Magistrate Ben Backward on Monday approved Kofa and others' cash bond, but with key sureties which led to their temporary release consistent with law. Despite their release on Monday, Kofa's legal team has filed an application before the Monrovia City Court seeking for a preliminary hearing. The intent of the hearing is to compel the state to prove probable cause that led to the police charges against them in connection to the burning of the Capitol building in December last year. It still remains unclear whether the court has granted said request for Kofa's legal team to set the stage for hearing. Prior to their release, Kofa and four others were arrested on Friday by the police, where they were confronted with their charges ranging from arson, criminal attempt to commit murder, criminal facilitation, among others. They were later incarcerated at the Monrovia Central Prison, with the exception of Masurado County District 5 Representative Priscilla Cooper, who was released to her lawyer due to reported illness. Meanwhile, the Monrovia City Court is expected to open legal proceedings into former House Speaker Fonati Kofa and four other lawmakers' requests for preliminary examination on Tuesday, June 10. Representative Kofa and his colleagues' application to the court have since questioned the legal credibility of the police investigation report, which indicted them to the burning of the Capitol building in December last year. The court on Monday confirmed Tuesday's proceedings through a notice of assignment to both parties' lawyers and demands their presence in court at 10 a.m. The five lawmakers' legal team demand for preliminary hearing, according to our judicial correspondent, is consistent with Chapter 12, Section 12.1 and 2 of the Criminal Procedure Law of Liberia. Our judicial correspondent said that the intent of the defense lawyer's application to the court is to allow state lawyers show probable cause that led to the police finding implicating the five lawmakers to the burning of the Capitol building. At the same time, former Speaker Fonati Kofa has termed their release from the Monrovia Central Prison on Monday as a political victory. The Grand Crew District 2 representative said they will put up a legal defense in the coming days to prove their innocence. Speaking to journalists shortly after his release, Representative Kofa rubbished Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman's basket of evidence that led to their imprisonment, stating it was based on lies and misstatements. Kofa vowed to deconstruct the police RG's evidence in court. Former Speaker Fonati Kofa, a seasoned Liberian lawyer, spent the weekend in jail along with four other lawmakers at the Monrovia Central Prison, along with three that's in connection to the alleged arson attack on the Capitol building. ECOWAS representative to Liberia, Josephine Kruman, has challenged the African countries to be innovative and do away with the dependency syndrome. Ambassador Kruman lamented that Africa, as a continent that has over the years relied on aid for survival, adding that aid has not helped the continent to achieve its full potentials. According to the ECOWAS ambassador, aid is only intended to buttress whatever Africa chose to build, noting that for Africa to achieve growth and development, the need for bold and innovative leadership cannot be overemphasized. Speaking as guest on Monday during the launch of Cohort 12 for the Young Political Leadership School of Africa, Ambassador Kruman wondered why Africa has abundance of natural resources, but its citizens are not economically empowered, challenging the participants to think differently. Cohort 12 of the Young Political Leadership School of Africa is being held under the theme Unlocking Africa's Potential, Youth Leadership for Economic Development and Political Stability, and brought participants from 6 African countries, including Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, among others. Also speaking, the head of the institution running the Young Political Leadership School of Africa, named Partners for Democratic Development Board Chair Omolara Balogun, disclosed that more than 1,200 young leaders from 13 African countries are being trained through the program, revealing that some have gone on to run for offices, reform policy, lead civic movements, and reshape public discourse. She noted alumni are at the center of governance in Liberia and across Africa. At least 13 alumni currently serve as junior ministers, presidential advisors, or hold key political offices. According to her, 186 alumni are politically active. Alumni have spearheaded initiatives that have changed lives, shaped policies, and mobilized communities across the continent. Meanwhile, United Nations resident coordinator in Liberia, Christian Omotonin, speaking at the occasion, encouraged the participants to live by the core value of life, which include integrity, collaboration, dialogue, empathy, and courage. Ambassador Omotonin appreciated Liberians for maintaining peace and serving as peacemakers in Africa, reaffirming the United Nations office commitment to supporting Liberia in all positive directions. The chairman emeritus of the Movement for Economic Empowerment wants the government of Liberia to use the country's new position at the United Nations Security Council to pass a resolution banning the exportation of raw materials from Africa. James Brooks believes that a ban on exportation of raw materials from African countries will pave the way for job creation and economic development in Africa, given that the continent is rich. Speaking to RCR News on Monday, James Brooks encouraged lawmakers and concession companies to invest in the agriculture sector by establishing farms that will provide jobs for the ordinary Liberians and largely contribute to the economic growth of the country. Meanwhile, the former St. John River City mayor is calling on Liberians to remain peaceful in the wake of court proceedings in the December 18, 2024 alleged arson attack on the Capitol building in Monrovia. James Brooks wants the public to desist from politicizing the judiciary and allow the law to take its course. You are listening to 15 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. We broadcast from Dupodro in Pinzo, outside the nation's capital, Monrovia. My name is Maka Davis. In more news, Action Aid Liberia's country director Elizabeth Johnson has called for collective action among stakeholders and traditional leaders to advance and protect the rights of girls and women. Speaking at a joint cultural festival in Bangabong County, Madam Johnson emphasized that safeguarding the well-being of girls and women is not only a moral imperative but also essential for societal progress. The festival, which was organized by Action Aid Liberia in collaboration with the Ministry of Internal Affairs and local partners with generous support from the Swedish Embassy, highlighted the importance of health rights for girls and women. In her keynote address, Madam Jacida Bazon, president of Grand Gilead Rural Women, has stressed the need to end the practice of female genital mutilation, or FGM. She noted that ending FGM does not equate to ending culture. Rather, it involves cleansing cultural practices to create space for growth. Madam Bazan called for unified efforts to ensure gender equality and empowerment at the community level. The one-day event, themed Celebrating Culture and Empowering Change, celebrated positive cultural practices that uplift the lives of women and girls rather than harm them. Meanwhile, Liberia's natural or arts and culture ambassador Kakura Kamara praised the event for using culture as a tool for positive transformation. Ambassador Kamara announced a series of plans by his department to educate the younger generation generation of Liberians about their cultural values. The government of Liberia, through the Center for National Documents and Records Agency, has joined the global Akaba community in observance of the seventh edition of International Archives Day. According to the Archives Communication Director Kaipi Nure, International Archives Celebration is a week-long activity that runs from June 9 to 13, 2025. Nure noted that this year International Archives Week is observed under the global theme Archives as or are accessible, archives for everyone, and the local theme, making archives accessible to everyone. He said the celebration goes beyond digitization, highlighting the need to dismantle physical, digital, linguistic, and cultural barriers to ensure archives are inclusive and representative of all communities as accessibility is a key priority for archival institutions. Speaking at a news conference Monday at his office in Cinco, Monrovia, Nire noted that officials of the National Archives of Liberia will participate in Zoom discussions surrounding a wide range of perspectives on accessibility in archives, overcoming barriers to archives access, harnessing the technology to enhance access, inclusion, and representation in archival practices from June 9 to 13, 2025. Meanwhile, the National Archives has listed a number of events uh, marking the day, such as holding a parade, open public exhibitions from 9 to 13th June, and an official indoor program on Friday, June 13th. The National Archives Communication Director maintained that the objective is to increase public awareness on the importance of archives and records, as well as to inform decision makers about the advantages. And out of Liberia now, police have ended their 2-day stakeout of an apartment block in which Cameroon's main opposition leader, Maurice Kamto, had been staying after he returned from France, where he had held a political rally that inflamed the ruling CPDM party. On Sunday, law enforcement officers blocked the 71-year-old from leaving the building in the main city of Douala for a meeting with members of his Cameroon Renaissance Movement party. He later called off plans to hold a meeting on Monday and left for the capital, Yaoundé. Kamto claims or plans to contest the presidential election later this year, hoping to end 92-year-old Paul Biya's fourth-decade grip on power. Biya has not yet declared whether he will stand for re-election, according to the BBC. Kamto spent 9 months in detention after contesting the 2018 poll, when the authorities accused the former law professor of insurrection following protests by his supporters who claimed that the poll had been rigged in favor of Biya. The government denied the allegation. While in Paris last month, Kamto promised he will protect Biya and his family if he wins October's election, according to the BBC. To end this bulletin of news, a recap of the top stories we followed. Former House Speaker Fulanti Kofa and 4 other lawmakers finally secured a valid criminal appearance bond valued $440,000 United States dollars to guarantee their release from the Monrovia Central Prison on Monday. ECOWAS representative to Liberia, Josephine Kruger, challenges African countries to be innovative and do away with the dependency syndrome. Chairman Emeritus of the Movement for Economic Empowerment, Jean Brooks, wants the government of Liberia to use the country's new position at the UN Security Council to pass a resolution banning the exportation of raw materials from Africa. And out of Liberia, police have ended their 2-day stakeout of an apartment block in which Cameroon's main opposition leader, Maurice Kamto, had been staying after he returned from France, where he had held a political rally that inflamed the ruling CMPD or CPDM party, according to the BBC. That's RCR News Bulletin at 7. My name is Maka Davis. Good evening.
Did you hear the press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisan's word for it, you take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. Did you hear the press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisan's word for it, you take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as we're in a political battle, it's a political win.
And indeed, it's a place for human beings. They are not better than me. That's the voice of the former House Speaker, J. Fonati Kofa, there after his release from the Maneuver Central Prison and his interaction with the media at the headquarters of the CDC on today. So, folks, we want to say a pleasant good evening to those of you who just joining us. Welcome back after the news bulletin, 15 minutes of news break. You know, as usual, from Monday to Friday, we go through the news bulletin at 7 o'clock, bring you all of the happening from Liberia and around the world. So we're back. After that, our team of panelists, Kevin passed away, already seated in the studio, and we have Ali Masale. Yes. So Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Let me see. I think I'm getting a lot of feedback. I will get to you, but let me see. Brother Ali, good evening. I don't know whether you've been following, and welcome back after the news bulletin.
Yeah, thank you, Babon. I'm back here. We're ready
Good.
to fight.
Yes. So go ahead. I don't know what are some of the things that you got from the news bulletin. Go ahead quickly. Let me do some adjustment for Kevin in Studio B.
Oh, the only thing is just the trending issue in the country. That's the only thing right now that caught my attention that I think I need to talk on. Yes, as I was saying, Babon, this whole thing that happened in the country there, I'm very, very much frustrated. And I always say this, people come to America, other parts of the world, and Liberians believe in them. When they go back home, they see them like people who learn and they have the experience to change things in our country. But it is quite unfortunate that these people, when they go back, instead of changing things in the country to help improve our country, or they will go and mark those good for nothing and useless politicians and to destroy the country by dancing to the tune of those people. And this is not what we want. If you leave from here, you go back to work in the government, try to change things. Let our country be a better place. But because you feel you sat in America here or you were sitting here without doing nothing, and you were called upon a government to go and serve, so you had to dance to their tune. Or else they fire you, you come and sit back in your house to be playing video game. Because the whole impact that happened in the house there, first of all, prior to the burning of the Capitol building, Gregor Coburn made us to understand that the building was well protected. They had police, they had security, everything. And again, where were those securities? When people went and took the chairs from the Capitol building, where were those security? Who were in possession of the key to the building? Where were those security when people went and set the building ablaze? Where were those securities? Where were those security the next day again? People, when they entered the Capitol building, cut wires and things for in the speaker office, the former speaker office, by climbing in the ceiling. Where were those security when all of these things happened? Have any of those security been arrested and investigated? No. Because I haven't heard anything of such. And if we are talking about transparent and independent investigation, these are the first people to be investigated. Because you may ought to understand that the place was well protected. You may, when you in Liberia, the Gregory Coleman said, I think 65 or 67 persons were arrested and they went on for investigation. With the exception of those guys from Fonati Kofa office, have you ever heard, oh yes, this other person said my son was arrested because of the fire incident in the Capitol building, or this other police officer where say, oh, my husband is undergoing investigation? Because since I've been following the case, I never heard anything of such. So how will people say the law is the law? Because the country we live in, Gregory Coleman, you claim that you went to school in America, you live in this country. When such a thing happened, the first people to be investigated will be those security that were on scene. When I came to America, 5 months in America, when people broke into my house, clear everything, when I called the police, when they came, the first question they asked me, you people are how many in the house? The second question, who all had access to your key? The third question was, where is the security camera? So they could play A and see who broke into my house. But none of these people were investigated. And Gregory Como, you know, the people that took the chair from the Capitol building, they were to be investigated. What was the motive of taking the chair from the Capitol building and you got burned last night? Why only the people from the minority bloc are undergoing investigation, but not people from the majority bloc? And then you saw the useless and reckless statement of our president, Joseph Yuma Baka, like kind of loose way of talking. The next day he can say this is an arson, this is not a play for gangsters and hooligans and this and that. Without any investigation being carried on, our president don't speak like kind of reckless and loose way. You don't speak like that as a president. So the whole thing was politicized from the very beginning. And right now, Gregory Como cannot say anything. He had to dance to the tune of the president. This is what's happening in the country. When you get a bunch of beheaded chickens with chicken brains calling themselves United Party Partisan, they sit there and say, oh yes, the law is the law. Everything in Liberia has been politicized. You just listen to the former speaker what he said. If Gregory Como said the whole thing is highly political, so why do you see that to be transparent? And this is why some of us, we are supporting the July 17 protest. And when you talk about the July 17 protest, so useless people will soon call you and say, you'll come down with your family there to come and protest. When you people were protesting June 6 or June 7 protest in Liberia, people in America were supporting you.
And we'll even come to that. In fact, we'll even take one day of our time to
people in America were supporting you for June 7 protest. You never told them, oh, you come down with your family. The June 7 protest, did you see Joseph Baka children there? The June 7 protest, Gregory Como, who undermining the peace and stability of our country in line with Joseph Baka. Did you see your wife and children there? Jeremy Pia and other people from America who work in that government. All the protests you people had, why you never call on them to come down with our wife and children? But now when you talk about protest, you're telling us to come down with our wife and children. Like your useless and reckless statement, just as people decided to support you, I will support every peaceful protest in Liberia, but not a violent protest. So like uselessness, you shouldn't be calling here and be telling people you come down with your family. You want to tell people that were supporting you to protest in the previous administration to come down with their family. You couldn't tell them, but are we the one you can tell now? So I rest.
Good. Thank you so much, Brother Aliu. Let's move to Kevin. Kevin, pass away. You've been following all of the happening. In fact, you are also part of the happening on today. I don't know whether you can take minutes to tell us exactly what been happening from the Minerva Central Prison. I don't know whether you were also seeing at the court, the Temple of Justice, and back to the headquarters of the CDC. What's the news with all of the happening on today with the release of the former House Speaker J. Fernandez Kofa and 3 others?
But brother, it is so unfortunate and sad to see President Joseph Numa Bwaka behaving the way he is behaving. President Bwaka preached a message during the campaign on a mass strike or the rule of law because he has a governmental agenda called arrest. And amongst the arrest, you have something called the rule of law. And then we are seeing President Bwaka not adhering to the rule of law. Rather, he's been infusing himself to legislative happenings. Do you know that the initiation of this entire saga started from Joe Bwaka? Former Speaker Kofa was in the state for a program when these guys planned that entire thing. So what there was, Bwaka said, this man is not concerned to me. I'm in room in Sktv-Lib, and I will be meeting the Pope. And I want to believe that it is his wish to see the Pope. May his soul rest in peace. So guess what happened? Joseph Numa Bwaka invited former Speaker Kofa to enter the room in the name of come and see the Pope, while these people were trying to implement some illegal act because they not follow the rightful procedures. So based on that October 17, 2024, this entire thing started. So there's no way somebody can say Bwaga is not being part of this entire thing. And in fact, he is one of the pawns. So it is sad to see this regime putting behind bars the former speaker. It's a man who the Labrenpo look up to, a very good leader, a quiet man. You doesn't see him going look for troubles. But it's like the only language this government can understand is violence. So we kept ourselves so seated, quiet, and because of that, this government feels that the opposition is weak. But I can tell Mr. Bwaka, the opposition is not weak. We are strong. We are stronger than your police. So there's nothing you can do to threaten the lives of opposition leaders. He placed these people behind bars. Call these people for questioning on Friday. Detain them. Allow the hour of court to pass. And then he sent these people to South Beach. Even neglecting the bill that the far in. What's the uptake? Joseph Bwaka is looking for the problem of the
So that means, Kevin, are you saying that this is intentional? Because
it was intentional.
Okay.
Okay, guess what now? You are saying this man burned down the capital of Benin, right? How did the chair that Rachel Kuhn used to sit in when they were having that meeting? How did they get missing from the capital of Benin? The room that got burned. How did that chair go missing? Their following meeting, we saw that same chair. How is it possible? I want to believe, allegedly, these people were the ones that burned down that building and they are trying to place on opposition. And this is unfair. And they saw the riot today. They saw what we did. We brought the young people out. We exemplified something called opposition unity. I saw the CMC young people. I saw the CDC young people. I saw the MOVE young people. I saw the ANC young people. We came together as a joint force. And we send a resounding message to them that we are not lazy. We are not quiet because we don't have the force. You have the guns, but we have the people. And if you feel that
Kevin, so are you telling us that the opposition, they are together? Because there's a test for the opposition community. The ruling party want to see how strong you people are. Because, mind you,
that's why
almost a year plus, we are not entering into nearly 7 months or 5 months of 1 year, 5 months of this government. And are they testing you people to see as to whether you people are together or whether you people are strong? Because about a little time now, so many things been happening. Why this time around? Why are you people coming out now?
You see, most of the influential opposition leaders, political leaders, are together right now. They are joining themselves to face this regime, to tell this regime that you cannot scare us. We are more united than you think we are. And by this that has been exemplified, they are afraid. I can tell you seriously, Mabon, they are afraid. And I want to believe that the opposition will continue to be united the way they are. Because once we are united, once we have a simple message to elaborate people that Joseph Nimo Bwaka is not doing good thing for you. The promises that he made, he's not living up to those promises. Look at the health sector, my brother. It's still be deformed. Look at the educational sector. It's still be deformed. Public schools are deplorable. Look at you.
And Kevin, we will come back to all of these things because, mind you, this government promised the young people a job. And today, in fact, we saw a protest in Bon County where we saw a lot of old folks mixed with young people calling themselves young people protesting for a job and so forth. But let me go back to Aliu. Aliu, is the government the first government? Someone would say after the war to have a political prisoner, or we've been having series of them, or maybe is the government that is setting up example to have political prisoner?
Mayborn, that's absolutely yes. This government, these people, they didn't really come to to rescue the country as they claim that they were rescue people. Joseph Boakai Jackie will wish on, and we continue to see it on a daily basis. And when I listen to Chairman Benete, the way these people were treated, you call those people, you carry them from 9 o'clock in the morning. You didn't say a word to them till 5 o'clock when the court closes. That's the time you came down with indictment on there. You say, oh, these are your charges. Who does that? So these people, they only trying to put people in prison, and to say, oh yeah, we get so many political prisoners. Those people only came with question. Maybe during the campaign here, in America, I think you follow that story. When the first assassination attempt happened on President Trump, at that time he was former president, the Secret Service boss was forced to resign because it was negligent on the Secret Service part. So those people that were assigned there, they lose their job, the boss had to resign. So what happened at that Capitol building? If Gregory Cuomo really a professional man that decided to do his job professionally without pressing Joseph Boakai, he was going to do his job. And if Joseph Boakai was a serious-minded president who came to rescue our country to do the right thing, by now you should have fired Gregory Cuomo because you told us that the Capitol building was protected with security, with police. Where were they that the Capitol building had been burned down? Like historical building. By now you should have fired him. But they didn't do it. No, the next day he said this is so awesome because he sponsored this whole removal of the speaker today. Richard Kun coming telling all you're sorry for whatsoever happened. We never just wanted the speaker. And today, all the illegal activity they carry on, they want to make it legal. Are these people that came to rescue? And you see some people, they take their brain and put it under their feet and they put mud in their brain. They will say that they let the law be the law. Something that brings disgrace to our country. That make people to look at our country as a trash. You want to politicize everything in the country. You're looking at the image, the future of our country to the outside world. This is not about politics. This is about the dignity of our country. You bring your old 80-year-old man that came to destroy our country, but because you can go to that office, say they give you 1 or 2 cents, and you will be calling on platform to be talking nonsense. So the issue of a political prisoner, this making to destroy our country, to put people in jail for his reckless behavior, his reckless way of governing our country. When you disagree with him, he go against you. So this whole thing, let's watch the process and see, like Yeke Koluba can say how it's going to go. But this thing, the Justice Ministry or Supreme Court, unless these people stand, everything is going to be in line with the reckless and loose statement of Joseph Boakai immediately when the building got burned. And this is so sad for our country. We're too old to get an odious president that's supposed to develop and straighten our country to be taking our country back to the dark days. This is so unfortunate.
Thank you, my brother. Brother Kevin, what say you with the issue of political prisoner? Is this the first government ever since the war? We've been experiencing some of these things, or maybe it's the second government to do that? And if so, what's your take on the issue of political prisoners? Because mind you, you can have your side, I have my side, but when there are issues, we should use the law. But to intimidate me, to insult me, and to also assault, because we also saw the CDC chairperson, Janga Korai, he was also arrested, and we were seeing, in fact, we saw a lot of videos where the police officers, they were also harassing him back to back, in making sure that they put him into the pick-up back and so forth. But what say you? Was a lot of intimidations, imprisonment, and so forth?
My brother, the Unity Party is noted to be a government that prioritizes political imprisonment. Look at the period from 2005 to 2017. The Unity Party made 12 years in government. Do you know how many political actors that were in prison? The lack of Henry Costa, the lack of Gray, the lack of Malu, so many, even the lack of Delon. They were all in prison. The Unity Party did that for 12 years, and then they left power. They came back in less than 3 years. They have sent political actors to prison unprecedentedly, illegally, just because this person is being affiliated with the opposition, so the government feels threatened. Based on that, they are looking for all kinds of cases to leash to opposition leaders, to make them weaker, to frighten them to stay away from the political process. This is bad. This is not what the Liberian people that voted for Joseph Nimmo Boakai envisioned. The envision of presidency that will bring respect for the rule of law. The envision of presidency that will prioritize the private sector to provide jobs for the young people. Are they doing it? No. Is Joseph Boakai doing it? No. What's the essence of those Liberian people that were under the ring? Some of them died. Some of them lost their properties. Some of them lost their jobs to bring this government to power. So all of these promises that Joseph Boakai made were all lies. And I hate to tell an old man that you lie, but it's the truth. There's no promise Joseph Boakai did. And he's kind of been initiating. Nobody can point to one. I can tell anybody. One might come and say, oh, he's trying to construct roads. Okay, show me one road project that this government has started from scratch to end. No. All the feeder roads and major roads that they are on are all projects that were in the pipeline. They are all projects that were started by the past regime, which some of us oppose because of the way they were proceeding. And then this government came to power.
Wonderful. So let's move straight to that. Yes, Kevin. Kevin, tell us quickly before we go to the line to interrupt our people.
Last thing.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
So by imprisonment, by sending lawmakers or opposition political actors to prison, they will not make us weak. We are strong. Okay. Joseph Boakai will challenge your regime. Joseph Boakai will look into your face, into the faces of your lieutenants.
The people are saying that you have nothing. In fact, you weak. How long? All these things been happening.
We showcase a little
today. Kevin, tell us something. Even the United Party themselves, they started the protest to tell you that the government already failed. They were looking for people to help them, but in fact, you are also weak. You're not even doing anything.
Maybe we are not weak.
Even what they listen. Yeah, Ali, you want to jump in quickly?
Listen, please, before Ali comes in, please, Mebon, the opposition is not weak. We were quiet because we needed to give the government few times to see how well they will perform. Are they performing? No. Look at what happened in Bonkade today. Their own young people are protesting because of bad governance. It's bad. And what we started today, it will not be the last. We will take charge. The CMC is here. Listen, the CMC is here.
Another 2 months, they posted their own protest. But you've been sitting on the back and giving it time, a chance.
The CMC is here to make a difference. The CMC is here to make the difference. And while making a difference, we will chastise this government. We will not shy away. We will take the debate to them. We will assemble our people. We will give our plaques to our people. Our people are aware of how this government has failed.
All right, thank you, Kevin. So, Ali, 1 minute quickly before we go to the line. Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, first of all, the opposition, they sat there when Joseph Boakai started the recklessness and lawlessness in the country. They gave birth to him. Because the moment Joseph Boakai started taking people from America, this is the greatest country in the world. Our president was impeached. for taking people from tenure position. That's the first thing. But saying Liberia, they don't impede their president. This is why Joseph Boakai tested the water, and this is why you see this kind of recklessness and irresponsible attitude of this government continue to happen. So the opposition, if they cannot get together to stand up against the recklessness and lawlessness of this government, you will not even say see power 2029. You will be on that side. Joseph Boakai is carrying on inauguration.
Ali, let me join you also and agree with you 100%. Because if the government accept,
those people that have been placed behind bar because of Fudati Kofane, this and that, they say, oh, they the one said this, we are coming to see. Because in as much the case go to court down and Fudati Kofane go through the case and they are set free, definitely those people that they carry over their force, they will be set free as well. You see? So we try to, people say, oh, you're winning, the government say they get evidence. For me, I get a problem with the only problem I get, why people from the majority bloc were not investigated, those security that were on the scene protecting the Capitol building, none of these people, or Samuel Kogan and Ato Cheers from the Capitol building, prior to the burning of the Capitol building, none of these people were investigated. Only people from the minority bloc. But as I listened to the former speaker today, according to him, Gregory Coburn said that this case is highly political. So we know that this is a political case. So they are taking the political day. This is not something that is going to be free and fair. But if the opposition are staying in our country, they will not see power 2029. If they continue to breastfeed Joseph Boakai, a bunch of gangsters, political juntas, and hooligans to be carrying the kind of lawlessness in our country, and they say that in 2029, they will not see power.
And that's a fact, Aliu. So let be able not to go to the land to interact with our people. Maybe one of these days again, Kevin will come back. Then we'll have all the time for politics and so forth. Let me move straight to the land to interact with our first caller. Hello, David King. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother Maybon.
Scare politicians, scare opposition. You're going to run away. Go ahead.
For me, I pick you, man. Why can't you run out of conversation? Look, Aliu. Aliu and what the other guy named?
Kevin.
I like the exuberance you bring to the discourse.
Very strong.
Aliu, let me say this to you. The opposition have said to this government, the time for the holidays is over. And this is the time for us to put the feet of the government to power. Look, we never wanted to make it look like the way the Unity Party saw the CDC 2018, they started bring back our money. 2019, they brought the Joe 7. 2020, they brought we are step down. No, that's not the kind of protest we wanted to start the government with. When a government comes to power, you must see the kind of platform they brought, what they have for the Liberian people. We are not insensitive as an opposition political party. We are sensitive enough. But I love the way our leaders are coming now together to make sure that this thing is not one political party issue. It is about the Liberian people. It is about our country.
All right. Thank you so much. It's about our country. To this caller quickly. Good evening.
Maybon.
Yeah.
Good evening to you, dear brother.
Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. So, my name is Hussein. This is Hussein Keo. I call from Jesus Foundation number 2. I listen to the crowd views of the different panelists. So you can checkmate the colors, more especially when we go off track. But as you sound emotional, right? You're referring to people as hooligans and whatever description, right? But you didn't put it in check. That people listen to the radio, they are not politicians, they listen to learn from whatever you discuss.
So what happened to the war hooligans?
Right? No, you use several adjectives that I don't want to repeat, right?
On who now? I want to know. On who? On you or what?
He said partisans of the United Party, right?
Okay, go ahead.
He said Joseph Boakai is hooligans. That's what he said. So you didn't put in check. Maybe when we follow this show, not necessarily have the core, but sometimes to be educated on what you discuss and get an insight of, the happenings.
Okay.
So if you put in check, you have to put Ari in check in some of those things he say on the radio. Kids are listening to the radio, then you want to be farming and using all of those artificial Sunday school words. So let me say this, right? I listened to one of the audio, a secret audio. Lebon, between myself, if you listen to that audio, what are you saying on that video? You will not even come on the video, even sit on that show and talk what you're talking.
Audio about who?
You listen. That audio was the conversation between Fonati and Abu Bana Kamara of High Court District 15. When you listen to that audio, Lebon, you will know definitely, right? That thing was orchestrated. It was planned and implemented by those guys.
All right. Thank you so much. I don't want you to say allegedly now. Don't just conclude too because they are AR. Today's caller, good evening. My brother, they got AR though. You gotta be very careful now and there. Yeah, go ahead.
How you doing, brother?
I'm okay. Thank God for life.
Yeah, I think maybe I admire you so many times because we follow the show most of people don't always call. But maybe almost it's not only your show, but it has to do with many of the talk shows in this country. Panelist does he respect leaders? He can also have it be all his own show. You can't put yourself he saw the president about call and try to jail if he said something after that panelist, they call the president on. So are we saying that the panelist is traveling up to the president of the country? That's what we're saying now. Because Abiyu is very, very emotional. Abiyu, I mean, I don't know. For me, I've been following the show. Abiyu is the new president of the show. Abiyu is very insulting. He just uses every word that he is wrong. You are a developing country like America. I think your nation should be more profound because people, children are sitting around your father, monitoring the show. But let's say your language, sometimes your part you can say, but I don't hear any insult from you. Why would you feel you tell about insulting? I think it is wrong. It's very, very wrong.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. We'll take you on that. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Patrick. We listen to you, my brother. 1 minute, though. Okay, go ahead.
You know, there was for me, some of us have to do, but there is a also looking at what's going on within a case, bro. You're not going to be political analyst or you're not going to be security before you understand why it's going on. And you know what I'm saying? So they hold the it's just like your way. At the end of the day, you will see working scot-free. It's just a political one. It's a political one. They come in and I'm being well for that viewer. That being realistic. Not too many years. That I think that we're going to tell you all. Can you imagine a few people and see how people are going through just that? Can you see that people?
All right, thank you. You're not standing up. I know you're not saying I mean everything okay. So that won't die. So let's call a good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
The president silent make consent. Thank God my brother calling me. You know very well me. Go ahead. About silent make consent. You're not talking. You're not standing up. Why that mean you everything okay?
I think we're getting concerned in this country. Maybe I don't think they're not concerned. Okay, maybe I don't know why all the cases the people have against all those things are political case. Because remember the fight case against the majority of black lawyers said this case is a political case. Again, police director of the report on Nigeria is saying it's a political case. What's so much about the politics that they're having political case always against Fulani Kufa? Is this people not here? Or are they a share of the intelligence of Fulani Kufa? What is really going on? Your big question is what to explain to the Nigerian people.
All right, thank you. So we'll answer that question. The last caller, then we'll cross over. We gotta go. Hello.
Good evening, Neva.
Yes, my dear. Good evening. Go ahead quickly. Your name and from where you join us.
Thank you. This is William Gove, and I joined this conversation for the script today. Well, let me say thanks to all of you for the analysis. You know, I heard some caller expressing disappointment about insult being ranked on supporters of the government or you did it by the same. But brother, I think we got to get used to this thing. In as much you have CDC in the system on this planet Earth, you should get used to causing.
No, hello. Hello. Hey, stop that. So you know how to be. You yesterday, 6 years ago, you were insulting. You were doing everything that you could do. You got a lot of people that are on platform insulting people back to back. What are you saying? No, but don't, you know how to call a particular party name. Just say, just go back. What you want to say and move on. When so foreigner here or we're not here in Liberia? No. I'm asking you as to whether we're foreigner or we are here in Liberia. We've been here. Hey, but go ahead now.
Okay, so you know the issue about somebody say, you know, the investigation is impartial, it is political. Look, I think there is a time for the opposition to go together, gather the best lawyer in the country to go and defend these people that they will be vindicated. But the issue about it was political, it is this and that. Yesterday, when Mo Ali was jailed, so are you telling me that you were political prisoner on George Weah? When Global Muslim Star was jailed, he was political prisoner on George Weah. When Melipaka Dimwa was jailed, he was political prisoner on George Weah. When Central Bank Governor, former Central Bank Governor, Major Weah, and Catholic, when they were jailed, were they political prisoner? So I think when legal issues come up, let us leave the politics. Even if they discuss the politics, but let us look at the legal remedy to gather the best lawyer to go and vindicate our people. They're coming to say it is political witch hunt. It will not help you.
All right. Thank you so much. Political witch hunt. It will not help you. That's the last caller. This caller will be our last caller. But quickly, before I go over to my team apparently for them to close us on the panel, on the show here this evening, let me say this to all of you. When it comes to the issue of insults, some of you always complain. Me, I know those of you who are complaining, you were champion yesterday. Yeah, we don't insult here. We gave you the hardcore truth and what you don't like. We know some of you. We know all of you that what you don't like. Most of you. Yesterday, you supported Honorable Yeke Wa Koruba. You supported Prophet Key. You supported Henry Costa. You supported Queen Johnson. You supported all of these people yesterday. They were here insulting people about to. That today now you want somebody tell you they were hooligans. Then your whole blood, everything burning. Why not we Kevin close up? No, you here already. So that brother Aliu close up so can go.
Thank you, Maybon. Thank you, Maybon. Thanks to all the callers for taking their time to participate on the show. One thing I will tell my brother-in-law will seek Yahoo. I have said this time with our normal air, we continue to say it. In as much those people, they doesn't respect the constitution that even make them to be representatives, senators. It was the constitution power that gave them those positions. In as much as those people took oath to protect the constitution, to respect the constitution and the rule of law that will bring pride and dignity to our country, and they decided to disrespect the rule of law and the constitution of our country, I will call them hooligans, I will call them gangsters. Anybody that doesn't have respect for constitution and rule of law that bring pride and dignity to our country, that's an act of hooliganism and gangsterism. So don't come here again and say, hey, I told you on Freedom FM, I told you Kings FM, and I'm telling you on True FM today. I will refer to them as gangsters and hooligans till they can do the needful thing. So get that one. Don't come here again and say, hey, I told you on 2 platforms, this is the 3rd platform. Tomorrow, follow me to closing argument again. I will tell you the same thing. You people are the one that get those people behaving the way in which they are behaving because you feel you elected them, so you enslave yourself to them. They can treat you anyhow. That nonsense, I don't subscribe to it. Don't work with me.
All right, so we gotta go. Yeah.
Radio, tell your children to start the radio when Aliu is on the platform. But
all right, thank you so much.
I will not come and butter and give and breastfeed anybody who is trying to bring disgrace to our country.
All right, thank you so much, brother Ali. Thank you so much. I'll see you on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. And Kevin, we have 1 minute to go, please, quickly.
My brother, it was good being in the show, and thanks to the people that took upon themselves to listen. They have been acquainted with the message, and also thanks to those young people of the CMC, they have made it their duty, to come for the rally today, and to all of the young people that are from the opposition. You guys did well. We send a good message to the government, and if they fail to listen as the way they are always doing, we'll have numerous rallies of church. So I want to say this to the Liberian people: don't regret of bringing this regime to power. We thought that this regime was going to be something meaningful to change the livelihood of everyone. But now it is not happening. It's not of any regret from you. All you need to do right now is to rectify that mistake. And in rectifying that mistake, you have to look between the lines and take the telling. And the telling is a silencing movement for change. This is not just a political party, it's a movement. We do not subscribe to the normal politics in this country to go and ask continuously from the people, but rather we prioritize the livelihoods of every one of you. That's why we are involved into human capacity building by sending young people out of the country to study.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Kevin. Thank you. Thank you. We see
brother.
you. Yeah, we see you. We see you again on
So,
tomorrow.
in conclusion, the CMC is integrating everybody. You are open. You can reach out to every one of us to be a member of the CMC. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Kevin. You're listening to all of our team of panelists right here on the SKTV show, folks. The opportunity is here to join this station again. That will be on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God, by which time we'll bring you the SKTV show right here on Truth FM 96.1. The heart and soul of Liberia, and Johnson Maybon. We'll catch you when we catch you. That will be on tomorrow. Good night from our end here in Liberia. Wonderful day to all of you.